Well, this is the CE02, BMW Motorrad's latest electric offering in India. And well, as you can see by the design, it's neither a scooter nor a motorcycle. It's completely unique. It's a skateboard design, as BMW calls it. We will talk more about it, the tech, the features. Also, it's electric, so the range, all of it, we'll speak about it. But most importantly, BMW claims this provides the performance which is equivalent of a 200cc petrol motorcycle. Now, is that true or not? The best way to find out is to swing a leg and ride. Well, we are back from the ride and still all wet. It was really hot outside. But let's talk about the CE02 first. The design first. Design, like I said earlier, not a motorcycle, not a scooter, looks completely different. And you've got these 14-inch wheels and shod with some really thick rubber. Now, how that helps in terms of handling, I'll talk about it later. But here what you can see is, again, you get a telescopic suspension. Here you see this finished in gold. That's because this is the Highline package. This particular product is equipped with the Highline package, and if you do not go for that, of course this won't be gold. There are some other things that come with it which I will talk about later, but when you look at the overall design, you get this LED light up front, you get a single seat, and the entire design on the side from the rear, it is not even minimalistic, it's just purely mechanical. It looks as if it's a frame, but it doesn't look bad. It actually is quite eye-catchy and it will turn around a lot of heads. And because it's shot with this thick rubber, all of the proportions are nice. It doesn't look cheap at all. It looks like a premium product from the first time you have a look at it. Of course, whether people will like it or not is purely up to personal choices. It is a very different design. It can be polarizing for some. Personally, I am quite okay with this design. I do not mind. I mean, it's always good to explore new horizons, and this is something new. So yes, works for me. Does it work for you or not? Well, I think the best way to find out is to head to a BMW Motorrad dealership and look at it in the flesh. Now, in terms of riding posture, as you can see right now, I'm on this scooter or a motorcycle, whatever you might call it, but it's got a very comfortable and upright seating position. The foot pegs are placed up front, which for an urban two-wheeler is the right place. And of course, in terms of the overall arms extension, it's right on spot. So when you're riding it in town, going over potholes, bad roads, it has a lot of room for movement. So that is very crucial in any product that is aimed at the urban environment. In terms of tech, what you get is basically a key fob, and all you need to do is press the start button, press the ignition button, it comes to life, and after that you get a lot of information in this 3.5-inch display here. It's a tad small, but you will get used to it. You can customize a lot of information that comes up here: speed, range, what kind of energy you're using. All of that is available. In terms of riding modes, well, you get two modes as standard: surf and flow. And if you go for the Highline package that I spoke about earlier, you also get a flash mode. In these modes, you have varying levels of acceleration and varying levels of regen as well. Yes, this comes with regeneration, so that allows you to extend the range you're getting. In terms of range, well, BMW claims over 100 kilometers, 103 kilometers on a single charge. Now, what we rode was a very brief ride. It wasn't enough to give you an exact city range, but from the initial numbers that I'd looked at, the power consumption and the way the range depleted, I think about 90 kilometers should be doable. But again, I need to test it in detail. But yeah, in the region of 90 should be doable. In terms of power, well, it gets 15 horsepower. And like I said earlier, the power equivalent of 200cc motorcycle. Now, a lot of you might say, hey, 200cc motorcycles make a lot more power than 15 horsepower. And that's true. But the magic for this does not lie in horsepower. It's in the torque. It gives an output of 55 Newton meters of torque. Yes, 55 Newton meters of torque. And it's all electric torque. Out on the road, how does it feel? Well, in normal riding mode, it's quick, it's again very smooth, it accelerates smoothly. But if you have gone in for the Highline package, which I think you should, because that is what will make this fun, because then you can go into flash mode, and flash mode gives you the kind of acceleration that makes riding the C02 super fun. It is very maneuverable, getting in and out of tight gaps, taking those tight turns, making U-turns, getting through parking spots is all easy. It's a perfect urban vehicle in terms of handling. And also you get a reverse gear, so in case you are on an incline and you're having problem pushing it back, you can use the reverse gear. So that's again a very good advantage in terms of urban mobility. In terms of handling, well, on the brief ride, I was able to just go through a couple of corners at a sort of rapid pace, and it felt very good. I think it has a lot of potential to go really fast and have good fun in the process. The suspension works really well. It soaks in bumps in a very efficient manner, and also the ride quality, surprisingly good. I did not expect it to be this comfortable, but it actually is. All of the potholes and bad surfaces are dealt with in an unexpectedly good manner. But all of this is just from the brief initial impression. Keep in mind, this is made in India, not just bought into kits and assembled here, but this is actually made in India, and that means that this should be able to give you a competitive pricing. And what will that be? Well, that is something that we don't know yet because this hasn't been officially launched. But once it does go on sale, and if it gets a good pricing, I think it can make a very good place for itself. And for all of you out there who are asking, who will buy this vehicle? It does not look like a scooter, it's not a motorcycle, and yes, it will not be priced anywhere around 1 lakh, 2 lakh or 3 lakh. It's gonna be much more than that. So who will buy that? Well, people who want to adopt new trends, someone who's a young person from an affluent family wants to go to the gym or to the nearby areas but wants to do it in style, doesn't want to waste time in the car, and hence can afford something like this, but is brand conscious, wants to do it in style. Well, I think this is the perfect tool for that person.